Welcome everyone, I am here at the Bellagio parking lot with the S14. Some of you guys may recognize this spot. This is actually where I shot a few of my videos, and actually one how I bought my right-hand drive Nissan Silvia S14. So this spot has like a little bit of sentimental, just a little bit, right? So I'm gonna tell you guys the good, the bad, the ugly, the 1 year update. I've had my Silvia for about a year now, and it's already gone through so many changes, and it has so many more changes to go. It's giving me some problems, it's giving me tons of joy. Not only that, but this is the 50th video I am uploading. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So if you're new here, this is my Nissan S14. This is what it looks like now. This is what it looked like before. As you can see, a lots have changed, but also at the same time, not much has changed, right? So let's go ahead, get into at least what we've done. Then we can talk about maybe how it drives, what's gone wrong, and etc. Right off the bat, as you guys can see, I'm decently low. I'm rubbing on something on the inside. I still can't figure out what it is, but I'm decently low, right? We've got coilovers. They were already on the car when I bought the car. It just wasn't lowered. I'm not sure what brand they are. They could be Amazon coilovers for all I know. I'm almost positive they're Amazon coilovers, right? Speaking of the bad and the ugly, I've got these Adhan DSO5s, which at the time of buying them, I was ecstatic. Like I loved it when I first got them, but they were like my first set of wheels that I bought, so like it was cool. But now like I'm tired of them. So if anyone out there wants to sponsor your boy, but anyway, we got these Adhan DSO5s, and they're definitely a decent looking wheel on the budget, but I definitely want to go real wheels. And the funny thing about these wheels, I've curbed these wheels, all right? That's the funny thing about these wheels. Funny story about that I actually haven't told anyone. As you guys can see, I've got this little AC cup holder vent thing here, right? And before, I had a carbonated drink on it. It was like a anime carbonated drink, whatever. It was cool, it like fit the aesthetic for a little bit. And what happened was, I left my car parked outside in this Nevada heat where I messed up. I should never did that in Las Vegas, right? I don't know, I came back out and it was like the roof of the drink was like popped up, and there was like this carbonated drink everywhere, right? But I didn't notice till I was driving. So I'm driving, I'm like, oh shoot, you know, my drink. So I go to grab it, it is steaming hot. So I'm like, oh shoot, I'm freaking messing up everywhere. I'm trying to come out of the gate of my freaking, the front of my house, community, and then I'm trying to turn the wheel at the same time with this hot drink in my hand. And then, boom, I curb my wheel. Like two of them. Like front and rear. So that's how that happened, right? But, no biggie. Like I said, I want to get different wheels. But I actually did go ahead and do a lug conversion on the hubs. We were 4-lug, all 240s. Actually, I don't know about 240s, but I know S14s come 4-lug from factory. We went ahead, did 5-lug. In that video, I was just hammering away at the hubs. Like these things were soldered on, like welded on with the rust, right? Could not get them off. Next from that, I've also went ahead and I installed a B&M short shifter. It works pretty good. I like it, you know, keeps the throws short, especially with that long katana right there. So I mean, there's not too much to say about that. It's a B&M short shifter. Moving on to more modification. One of my also first ones, we've got the Blitz. Hold on, let me see if I remember this right. It's the Blitz Nurspec R exhaust for the S14. I hope I said that right. Well, mind you, I've got the exhaust, some, I think like 3-inch piping in there, along with a MagnaFlow resonator. I deleted the cats and the muffler, right? And I like the exhaust because it gives it like a deeper tone, not too raspy, more mature tone, right? So it works out good for me and everything that I'm looking for. Let's go ahead and give you guys an exhaust note. So yes, that is what the car sounds like. That is the Blitz Nurspec R with a MagnaFlow resonator in there. And I guess we can go ahead and just point out the obvious. I've got this super dope Car Modify Wonder body kit, but I don't have the front bumper. If you're new here, they imported my body kit from Japan all the way to like California, Long Beach-ish area, not too sure what, but unfortunately they sent me the Koki front bumper instead of the Zenki front bumper. Car Modify Wonder with the Koki front end. It looks beautiful, honestly. If I could fit the Koki front end, I would. And up here, this is a D-Max roof wing that scares me when I'm on the highway, because as you guys can see, it's not all the way down, so I don't want that thing to fly off. But it's It's been on for about a week or two, so we're good. And I think with that being said, that tops all the one more little personal favorite of mine. See if we can get it to show. Flick on the lights. You guys can see the Silvia light, right? Silvia light in the rear glass. I love that. At nighttime it looks so good. I went ahead and did that mod because there's actual OEM from factory louvers for the Nissan Silvia that are super expensive. Here's a picture. They're super dope, but way too overpriced, right? And with that being said, that is pretty much all the modifications I've done to the S14 within a year. It's like slow, but you know, you can't really rush these things, especially when you're poor like me. So with all the modifications out of the way, let's go ahead. Let's start off with bad first, right? Let's start off with the bad. The bad will just label everything that I disliked about the car when I got it. First of all, being the dash. It doesn't bother me a ton, but it is a cracked dash. I wish I did have a perfect dash, and I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with it. A lot of people like to flock it or redo it, or just get layovers. So I'm still up in the air about what I want to do with the dash, but the dash has got to be my number one thing that I don't really like about this car. Number two would be the speakers. I was told that was good, actually, like a really good package to get with your S14 when they came out, and I'm sure at the time it was good, but all we've got are 2 subs and the door cards, and then there's 2 subs back there in the rear. It's not that good, right? It gets, the bass gets a little funky when you're pushing it too high, so you know that kind of sucks. So definitely the sound system, not one of my favorite things. Okay, now coming outside the car, number 3, but I don't really, I guess it's not too bad, but I did get an NASR. Let's go ahead and I'll just show you guys what it looks like. So this is the NA SR20DE, right? So no turbo. I wish there was like a huge fat turbo right there, but I put this in the bad category lightly, right? Because it is the NA model, but it came with super low mileage, and you can actually turbo these things to make them pretty good, push actually really good numbers. Jimmy Oaks has actually just done a how-to turbo guide on this, but I do have plans for this NASR. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but just know I got plans, right? So yes, I guess number 3, you could say that the NASR is kind of bad, right? Now I'm really kind of stumped on like what else I don't really like about this car. Like, I love this car, right? Let's go ahead and move on to the good things that I really like about this car, starting with the fact that it is a low mileage NASR. I really appreciate the fact that it has low mileage. I can do what I want to. As you guys can see, the engine bay has a bunch of plastic all over it still. Another good thing about this car is that it is right-hand drive. I love the fact that it's right-hand drive. It gets so much attention. I've always wanted a JDM car. The Nissan Silvia is my first JDM car, the first of many, hopefully. You know, if the hardware keeps up. It drives great. This car actually drives amazing. Like, I don't think these cars are appreciated. Like, I know they're called tuner cars, but I don't think these cars are appreciated enough for the way that they drive in their stock form. Even just a little bit of modifications, like suspension wise, they drive amazing. I've taken them through the canyons, and it drives so smooth. I couldn't, you know, ask for anything better. Visually, it's very aesthetically pleasing. There's a huge aftermarket for these cars, and you just can't really go wrong with an S14 chassis. They're really great. Another good thing about this car that's held up over the years, like, everything is completely intact. Everything is super stock. Like, after a year, this car has given me very minimal issues, but I don't really push it too hard, right? So if you treat your car good and with respect, I promise you they will return the favor. So after a year, this car has been absolutely great to me. Let's move on to the very few things that this car actually gives me a problem with. When I'm at about 5,000, 6,000 RPM, 4,500 to 6,000 RPM, the transmission does start giving me a noise, but I don't think it's their transmission. I actually think it's that Chinese katana shift knob. It's from China. It's you know, doesn't even like screw on. It's weird the way the setup is. So it could be that just shaking around. I do not like that. Another huge problem I have is this. So I just turned the lights on, right? And it's still day out, but as you can see, that one's clearly on, right? This one is not. Now watch this. Come on. Boom. So for whatever reason, something got short-circuited along the way, and I got a knock on this headlight for it to turn on. Not sure how that happened at all. I really don't. Another bad thing, and I can't really show you guys this, but my car has been giving me a lot of issues. I'm pretty sure my alternator went. The alternator went after not even running it for like a day or two. It just doesn't want to start at all, and I gotta jump start it. So that's another issue I have with this car. But all in all, like I said, this car has been amazing to me. I've had it for a year. I've daily driven it. I guess you could daily driven it lightly because, like I said, I don't go to work every day. But the car has treated me great, man. I love this car. I have no issue with it. All in all, I have no issue with this car. You know, this car has been great to me, and sitting in this car today, like 14, 15, 16-year-old me would just like think like, no way, like this is what I'm doing now is what I used to dream about when I was younger. You know, playing Need for Speed or Gran Turismo or Midnight Club, and it's like, it's a surreal feeling, but it's a great feeling, you know? Sometimes you just gotta step back and realize like you're doing what the younger you wanted to do. And I don't know, I don't think I could ever forget that, you know? I'd never want to take that for granted. And maybe about a year ago, I was sitting in the same exact parking lot with the completely stock, you know, S14, and I just recently played that clip back to myself, and it gives me a lot of inspiration to keep going and just keep going harder for another year of making YouTube content and enjoying my S14 the way I've been enjoying it for the past year. And I think I just need to play that clip for you guys so you guys can understand a little bit of what I'm getting at. I drove the S14. It took me 4 hours to get back to Vegas, but it was the best 4 hours that I've ever drove in any car. I was just so happy that I got the S14, and now I take it to car meets, and it always is catching looks no matter how stock it is. Everyone loves to ask questions about it. I bought the car with 62,000 miles. It's just a great car. It treats me well, you know, there's not a lot done to it, and I can't wait to show you guys what I have in store, and I do have plans coming up. But it's a great car, you know. Top Rank really took good care of me. They took good care of the car. The car is in my possession, and I'm super happy I got it. For those of you who thought I was gonna say some crazy that I'm a CEO of $1 million company, I'm really not. I'm just a regular 20-year-old kid. I'm in the military. I save my money like a smart individual would do. I know that I needed a car, so when I finally got to Vegas, I wanted something that I knew I was gonna enjoy. And that's how I got the right-hand drive S14. I'm a big JDM fanboy. You know, I really wanna go to Japan one day. I wanna own a GTR. I wanna own an R34, 32, 33. I wanna own an RX-7. I want a Supra. I want more Silvia chassis, S chassis, you know. I want all these JDM cars. I want an Evo, I want a Subi, I want it all. And hopefully one day, you know, I can make that dream possible. I'm gonna work my hardest to do it, and you know, I hope you guys enjoyed this content because I enjoy making it. I'm gonna try my hardest to put out the best content that I possibly can because I have dreams that I want to fulfill, and I've always thought about what I wanted to do in life, and you know, I've always wanted to make money, but I never knew how I wanted to do it. And they always say, you know, do something you love, because at the end of the day, it wouldn't be a chore or a job. It's just doing what you love. And doing what you love, you're making money, then that's the best way to do it. With that being said, I really want to try my hardest to make YouTube my full-time job. After I'm done with my contract for the military, you know, I'm going to be putting in hours and hard work and getting better at recording, filming, editing, getting better equipment to make better quality videos for you guys. I think now that I'm doing this, I'm really set on being a full-time YouTuber, and I really want to make that possible just because I've never had this much fun doing any other job or doing anything else. So I'm actually set on doing something that I love, and I want to make that happen.